On this channel, I've been reviewing different brokerage platforms available in Singapore because I wanted to compare them for myself while also helping you decide which platforms might be suited for your investing style. Today, we're taking a look at Webull, a hugely popular broker in the US that's also built a presence here in Singapore. Personally, I've been curious about it for a while because whenever I look up low-cost US trading, Webull is one of the options that would usually come up. So today's review, I'm going to deep dive into Webull, and I'll cover things like the history of the company, what you can actually trade on the platform, the fees and how it compares to other brokers, some of the features that stood out to me and some areas that I thought that could be better, and of course the promotions available right now for new users. So wait till the end of the video and we'll talk a little bit more about those promos. Just a quick note, Beansprout is an affiliate partner with Webull Singapore. So if you do choose to sign up through our link, there is some Beansprout exclusive rewards available to you. And I'll share a little bit more about that at the end of the video. Now let's get into today's video. If you didn't know, Webull was founded in 2017 in the US, and it quickly built a reputation as a low-cost alternative to traditional brokers. And it's often positioned as a rival to another hugely popular US broker called Robinhood. Webull entered Singapore in 2022 through Webull Securities Singapore, which is a separate entity from Webull US, although they are still under the same parent company. In April 2025, Webull US was listed on the NASDAQ, which definitely adds to its credibility. Webull now serves 23 million users across more than 180 different countries. But my main question is Webull safe and legit in Singapore? The answer is yes. Webull is licensed and regulated by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, which is the MAS, and it holds a capital market services license. Obviously, being regulated by the MAS is reassuring because it gives me the confidence that Webull is operating within Singapore's rules. Now let's take a look at what you can trade on Webull Singapore. Webull's bread and butter is US stocks and US options, which is what it's most known for, and it's also part of the reason why I want to try the platform out. But beyond US stocks and US options, you can also trade Singapore stocks, Hong Kong stocks, China A-share stocks, as well as other asset classes like mutual funds and US treasuries. On the cash side, Webull offers Moneybull, which automatically invests your idle cash into low-risk cash funds, generating yield. This keeps your money liquid and readily accessible if you want to trade, while still generating a small return on your cash. One thing to note is that you can only use US dollars for Moneybull if you have a cash account, but if you have a margin account, you can use both US dollars and Singapore dollars. Now let's take a look at the fees for Webull Singapore. For US stocks and ETFs, Webull has no platform fees, but it does have a commission of 0.025% with a minimum of 50 cents per trade for regular and extended trading hours. For overnight trading hours, Webull has a commission of 0.03% with a minimum of 89 cents per trade. However, for a limited time period, Webull is currently running a promotion where you can opt into a flat fee of 90 cents per trade regardless of your order size. So how does Webull compare to other low-cost brokers in Singapore? Looking at this chart, we can see that Webull has the lowest fees when it comes to trading US stocks and ETFs. For Singapore stocks, Webull charges 0.05% with a minimum of $1.60. This puts Webull as the second cheapest option for Singapore stocks behind Longbridge. For trading US options, Webull has a fee of 55 cents per contract, which is very affordable and competitive in the market. Now that we've looked at the fees, let's move on to the features and the app experience. From my experience signing up and using Webull, I found that the mobile app was quite intuitive and user-friendly, and the sign-up process was pretty straightforward and easy. I also know that Webull has a ton of features designed for traders in mind, but it took me a while to really figure out where to navigate on the app to access those features, especially on the mobile app. Aside from the mobile app, Webull also has a desktop version of the trading platform. Once I've got the hang of the features, these are some of the ones that stood out to me. Firstly, Webull has a ton of advanced charting tools. Honestly, it is more than what I would use, but if you are an active day trader, this is definitely useful and nice to have. As part of its welcome promo, Webull also has free level 2 market data access for US stocks, Opera for options, as well as level 1 market data for Singapore stocks. Webull also has extended trading hours for US stocks, So if you're trading out of Singapore, this is definitely a useful feature. For beginners or people wanting to dabble into trading, there is the paper trading mode, which is great for practicing strategies without risking any actual money. So I actually used this paper trading mode to learn how to trade US options without putting in any of my actual money. Speaking of options, Webull is known for its US options trading, and it has a ton of features and tools for options traders to use. Personally, I've just started exploring and learning about options trading, and I found out that the app now supports 13 different options strategy, and the options screener tool is pretty handy if you're an active options trader. On top of that, Webull offers fractional trading starting from just $1. I really like this feature because it lets me invest in expensive names like Nvidia and Apple without committing to buying a whole share. Another really useful feature is the regular savings plan, which I can set up to auto-invest on a fixed schedule. There are two types of RSP available, fixed amount and dynamic amount. Fixed RSP supports US stocks and ETFs, as well as SGD and USD denominated mutual funds. Dynamic RSP is only available for US stocks and ETFs, and it allows you to dollar cost average and dollar value average into the stock. Dollar cost average is basically putting in a fixed amount every month, whereas dollar value averaging is based on the price of the stock. There are some drawbacks with Webull, mainly two things. Number one, there is no CDP linkage for Singapore stocks. All Singapore stocks are held in a custodian account, which means that you don't get direct legal ownership of your shares in your CDP account. So if CDP holdings is important to you, you will have to go to a traditional broker for that. Secondly, there is no access to the London Stock Exchange. So popular Irish domicile ETFs like the CSPX are not available on Webull currently. But frankly, if your main goal is to trade US stocks and US options at the lowest cost possible, then these are not deal breakers. Overall, I'd say that Webull gives a lot of powerful and useful features, and it does lean more towards advanced trading where these features can be useful. If you're interested in signing up for Webull, I've got some good news because we have some exclusive welcome offers that you can use to sign up. If you sign up through Beansprout, you can get a $50 FairPrice voucher when you fund your account with a minimum of 2,741 Singapore dollars and maintain your deposit for 30 days. The great thing is that you just need to fund your account and maintain your deposits there. You don't need to do any trades to qualify for the voucher. On top of that, you can also get Webull's welcome reward, which is worth up to $600 depending on your deposit tier. So the Beansprout reward is actually stackable with the Webull reward. I'll leave the full details in the description below so you can check it out there. So what's my final verdict on Webull? From my experience, Webull works really well if you're focused on US stocks and options and you care about keeping costs low. I like that it combines low fees and powerful tools, plus fractional shares and RSPs, which makes it friendly for both active traders and long-term investors. Of course, for other markets, the cost is also quite affordable, so you can consider Webull for those trades. And with the welcome promos offered, I think it's worth considering, especially if you're looking to open a new brokerage account. Thanks for watching. If you found this review useful, do give it a like, subscribe for more insights, and let me know in the comments which broker you'd like me to check out next. I'll see you in the next one.